Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Supernatural. Oh goodness, the last episode, it was a lot. It was so much. It was very painful and very intense, and I don't know where we go from here. I'm fully prepared for my heart to get ripped out again. Maybe not in this episode, but at least again at some point by the end of this season. I just feel like, I might be wrong, but I feel like what this season is particularly dealing with, and I feel like there's going to be a lot more casualties and a lot more loss, and I don't know how to deal with that. So I'm bracing myself for this episode. Let's get into it.
Susan, you're schizophrenic. Your mind plays tricks on you.
I know what I am. Like I can see my dead son standing right behind you. I know he's not real. But the monster, it is real.
Oh. I bet the
Danny
monster
was
is real.
And what? Susan, there is no such thing as monsters.
Oh no. Oh, is she gonna die? The idea of like pleading your case and people still not believing you, and then possibly dying from the thing that you're afraid of, is especially tragic. Okay. Oh no.
Why don't you tell me how you're feeling, Alex?
Okay, a little depressed, I guess.
All right. Any idea why?
Probably because I started the apocalypse.
The apocalypse.
Yeah, that's right. I killed this demon, Lilith, and I accidentally freed Lucifer from hell. So now he's topside, and we're trying to stop him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See what I mean, Doc? The kid's been beating himself up about this for months. The apocalypse wasn't his fault.
It's not?
No. There was this other demon, Ruby. She got him addicted to demon blood. I mean, near the end, he was practically chugging the stuff.
Is
So could
this
you
how
fix
they're
him
gonna
up so
get
he can
admitted
travel around
to
the country?
investigate? Oh my god. Kind of hilarious that they just tell the truth. Okay.
All right, look, Nurse Ratched, let's get one thing straight. I've seen Cuckoo's Nest, so don't try any of that soul-crushing, authoritarian crap on me.
Okie dokie. All right, you can go ahead and take down your pants.
Wait, what? What for? Did the nurse?
She was very thorough.
Yeah, good, yeah. Hey, it's the least we could do. Martin saved Dad's ass more times than we can count. He's a great hunter.
Was. Melon and Joe dying, yeah, it was a freaking tragedy, okay? But I'm not gonna wallow in it.
You always do this. You can't just keep this crap in.
Watch me.
Oh, well,
There
he is quite a professional at it. Oh no.
Sam, Dean, wow. Wow, you boys got big. You look good.
Thanks. You do too, Martin.
Well, a couple patients have had glimpses, but there's not a lot to go on.
Why don't you and Mr. Creaser join us for group?
Please.
Actually, I'm going to be putting you in the afternoon group.
What? Why?
The relationship that you have with your brother seems dangerously codependent. I think a little time
Oh.
apart will do you both good.
Oh.
All right, so who would like to start us off?
Uh-huh.
I'd like to talk about the monster that's hunting us.
And we're not going to have that discussion again. It's not good for group.
You know what else isn't good for group? A monster eating all our faces off.
All right,
Yep.
fine, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else?
He's
I
got
saw
a
it.
good point there.
When he killed Susan.
Hard to argue with
And
that.
our big lobster claw.
Listen to me. We're all dead.
That's enough.
Oh boy.
I'm Dr. Erica Cartwright, and I've been assigned your case.
You're my shrink.
And you're my paranoid schizophrenic with narcissistic personality disorder and religious psychosis.
Wow.
Lucky me.
I hunt demons, monsters, that kind of thing.
How many drinks do you have a week?
Well, I gotta sleep sometimes, so somewhere in the mid-50s. You ever feel any cold spots or get a chill walking through the hospital?
When was the last time you were in a long-term relationship?
Define long-term.
More than 2 months.
Never.
Let's talk about your father.
Oh. Oh, good. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Sure.
Yeah, sooner we take care of this thing, sooner we can get gone. This place gives me the creeps.
Hi.
Hi. This place isn't so bad after all.
Dude.
So whoever witnesses it, I guess, is the next victim. Okay.
Back off, Dean!
Ooh. 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 Can we not?
This hole goes all the way through to his brain.
What does that mean?
Let's find out.
No, let's not find out. Oh, God.
Watch.
Oh, Sam. Oh, oh, gross. Sam!
Dude, look. His brain's been sucked dry.
It's fascinating.
Great.
Just kill me.
Okay. The way he said that. Look! You're just gonna put it back. You're just gonna put it back. Like they're not gonna notice somebody took his, like, scalp off. Oh.
What are you boys doing in here?
Oh, boy.
What is it?
Well, I bet you a chicken dinner it's what we're up against. A wraith.
A wraith?
Crack open skulls and feed on brain juice. Silver. You so much as touch a wraith with the stuff and the skin will crackle. Now that's the good news. The bad news is they can pass as humans. Lore says a wraith will show its true form in a mirror.
Okay, well, we just gotta spot check every patient and every staff member. What's up, Doc?
You tell me.
Hunting. A wraith, actually.
So I could be a monster.
No, you're clean.
Why do you have to hunt monsters? Why not let someone else do it?
Oh, well, that's a loaded question, sweetheart.
Can't find anybody else that dumb.
You think you have to save everyone?
Yep. A wide world of sports.
How?
It's the end of the world. Okay? And it's a damn biblical apocalypse. And if I don't stop it and save everyone, then no one will, and we all die.
That's horrible.
Wow.
Tell me about it.
Goodness. Goodness. Okay.
Oh, no. Not today, sweetheart. Come on. Keep walking, huh?
Well, okay.
You were still a hunter.
No, I'm not. I'm useless. Why do you think I checked myself into the Hotel California? I'd give anything to help you boys. I would. I can't.
What?
I'm sorry. I can't.
What happened? We're gonna double check to make sure, right? We're gonna double check to make sure.
No! Look at his arm! The cut's not burning. It's not him. It's not him.
Oh, so okay. I don't know what that means because I don't know what the lore is, but okay. See, that would have been really bad if you just like slit his throat.
No, I'm not okay. I am awesome.
They give you something?
Oh yeah, they gave me everything.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I mean, I saw it in the mirror. It wasn't human.
Or you're seeing things. Maybe you're going crazy.
I'm not crazy.
We're in a mental hospital. maybe you finally cracked. You know, maybe now you are.
I don't necessarily
really,
think that's the okay.
for real crazy. It's okay, 'cause you're my brother,
Oh.
and I still love you.
Yeah. Oh. Boop. Not a boop. I'm not sure Dean likes the boop.
Today.
Look, lady, why don't you just let me do my job? Maybe save your life.
It's not my life that I'm worried about.
Oh my God, I am fine, okay? I'm fine.
You can't save everybody. You can't. Hell, these days you can't save anybody, Dean.
What'd you say?
The truth, Dean. You got Ellen and Joe killed. You shot Lucifer, but you couldn't gank him. You couldn't stop Sam from killing Lilith, and oh yeah, you broke the first seal.
La la la
All
la
you
la.
do is fail. The world is gonna burn, and there is nothing that you can do about it.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 lady!
How do you know that stuff?
Hey, settle down.
Tell me!
I said settle down.
Who are you? Who is she?
Who?
Were you blind her?
Pal, there's nobody there.
I'm not real, Dean. I'm in your head. Because you are going crazy.
Whoa. Are wraiths invisible?
Leave me alone.
Oh, sweetie, I don't think you're. I don't think. Oh. Oh no. Dean. Oh, Dean. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There's somebody's fucking with you big time. And we're gonna get. Sam's gonna come down from his
You asked to see me?
peppiness, and we're gonna figure it out.
I thought you were a monster.
I know that. The question is why?
Well.
The anger I saw in you.
Oh shit.
You hurt those two men, and you were going to kill me. The look in your eyes when you came after me, it was like you were barely even human.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Like a man possessed.
Oh no.
Well, this isn't a prison. You'll be allowed to go to the day room. Under supervision.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. Wow. Both of them are really going through it.
It's not the demon blood, Sam. It never was.
What?
The problem was you. It was always you. The lies, your arrogance, the black spot on your soul.
Now we're all gonna die because of you. It's all your fault.
You killed all of us.
Freak.
You evil son of a bitch, loser!
Leave me alone! I didn't do it!
Oh my
Get
God.
off of me! Leave me alone!
Okay. You're not, sweetie. Somebody's fucking with you. And somebody's fucking with Sam. And I don't appreciate it.
Mine, it's me, it's Dean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whew. Okay.
I'm going crazy too. I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things. We both are. Crazy is the clue.
What do you mean?
I mean, the things that me and Sam have done, the stuff that we've seen. We're gonna end up going guano eventually. Probably end up like a couple of drooling nutbags. But me and him freaking out on the same day.
It's gotta be the monster.
What? Where? No, there's nothing there. What if this thing doesn't just feed on the insane? What if it makes people insane? So we got infected. You know, something shot us up with crazy. You know, something. It poisoned us. Maybe with venom. You know, by touch, or venom, or saliva. Wendy slobbered all over me and Sam. That's how we got infected.
Oh goodness.
Is this real?
Oh, gross.
It's very real.
Okay. Well, that's good. We're figuring stuff out. We can move forward now. This is great. We love it. Ooh,
Oh, Dean. Can you hear me? Dean!
this is a mess. This is a whole mess.
I can't.
Yeah,
You have to.
sweetie.
You have no choice.
I know. Oh, goodness.
Hey, Let me go.
Oh boy, absolutely
No.
not.
You are.
And this isn't going to.
You.
Of course it's me.
This whole situation is not ever going to help matters, I feel like. Okay.
Martin's a wreck, and you and your brother come in here talking tough about killing monsters. Kind of made you easy to spot. Then all it took was a touch. And you were mine. Dopamine and adrenaline and all sorts of hormones and chemicals that make them delicious. I don't make crazy, I just crank up what's already there. And when you're ripe,
No.
I make all of your problems disappear.
No, ma'am. Oh, goodness.
Do you really think this is gonna end well for you, kiddo?
No, but I'm crazy. So what the hell?
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, not that. No. Lovely.
You still crazy?
Not any more than usual. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Now the Wraith.
What about her?
She was right.
No, she wasn't. Let's hit the road. I need
boy.
a drink.
Oh
This
boy.
is the time I can hide it. I am angry. I'm mad at everything. I used to be mad at you and Dad. Now it's Lucifer, and I make excuses. I blame Ruby or the demon blood, but it's not their fault. It's not them. It's me.
Okay.
I am mad
Oh.
all the time, and I don't know why.
So what if you are?
Do-
You gonna say yes to Lucifer? What?
No, of course not.
Exactly. And that's exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna take all that crap and you're gonna bury it. You're gonna forget about it. Because that's how
Okay.
we keep going. That's
Okay.
how we don't end up like Martin.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Okay.
Man, are you with me?
I'm with you.
I mean, yes, with
Good.
love that, but I don't know. Burying is the strategy here. Oh boy. I want to leap through the screen and book them appointments for some therapy. That's really what I want. Is that it? Okay, well, I have thoughts on that. You know I have thoughts on that. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, well, this was quite an interesting episode. There's a lot of things to discuss. And, okay, a couple of things that I want to talk about, just plot-wise. I liked a lot of different aspects of this plot. It did feel not to be the most, the craziest episode plot-wise or anything like that. However, a couple of things that I liked, and I guess one thing, I kind of wish that we learned a little bit more about what was going on with Martin. I think Sam and Dean could honestly actually possibly learn some things about what happens to other people who have been doing it for too long. I personally, and I don't mean to, but I personally, don't really think burying it is really gonna long-term be the best plan, but at the moment they don't really have time to get into it, and I do understand that, but you guys know how I feel about them burying stuff, Dean makes the point of letting things out or whatever, making them end up like Martin, but maybe if you bury stuff for too long, that's actually how you end up. You know what I mean? So the only thing I will say that I wish that we did a little bit more in this episode is learn a little bit more about what happened with him specifically. I think it could have been really interesting. I loved the plot. I loved the plot of the Wraith. And I like the idea in general of, you know, preying on, you know, people that maybe, you know, people wouldn't typically believe. And that being kind of like an easy, I guess you call it like feeding ground or whatever for a monster like that. I did kind of like that aspect. It would have been interesting if we saw a little bit more of the patients and, you know, what they were actually seeing. I felt very bad for the woman in the beginning, you know. There's something like especially terrifying about anybody who is convinced that something horrible is happening and you try telling people. You know, I guess it's just like a human instinct or whatever. If you feel like something absolutely awful is going to happen to you, or you can see the signs, one of your instincts is to tell somebody and to be like, okay, I just need to tell somebody, and you know, maybe we can figure out a solution. But when people kind of just disregard what you're saying and then you die by that very thing, I find that really, really tragic. I know that, you know, Supernatural opens up a lot of episodes with maybe somebody dying or something weird happening with kind of a random character, a character we don't have any attachments to, but for some reason that actually like kind of got to me. I felt very, very bad for her. And probably a lot of the other victims. So, okay. I liked that aspect of it. I thought it was a fairly easy, not easy, but not the most complicated plot in that regard. The thing that this episode focused on that, I'm going to get into it, is what is actually going on with both Dean and Sam, and how I feel like the show just kind of blatantly said, and I appreciate it in some regard, that like they would probably benefit a lot from therapy or having somebody to maybe talk to. First of all, can't really do that. I do want to say, before I go down this whole thing, but I loved the fact that they actually told the truth for once, and that got them admitted into like this asylum or facility. I forget the technical term, but yeah, I loved that part of it. It was kind of refreshing to see them actually just tell the truth and not have to come up with lies or come up with all of this. They just were like, this is what's been going on. I kind of like that. Just wanted to say that. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with both of them. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about Sam first, I think. It was breaking my heart. It was breaking my heart. The whole thing about him having this anger, him having this rage, which is something that we've seen. And of course we've seen it with his father and, feeling a bit resentful. But I think there's something to the fact that Sam, there is a resentment that, come along with me for this. I think I know what I'm trying to say with this, but I think there's a resentment deep down where not only does he feels like he really doesn't have a ton of choice in the path that he had to take ever since he was a baby, and what happened to his mom, and then later, what happened to Jessica, and that obviously we start the show, and a lot has happened since then, but we start the show with him wanting to kind of do school stuff and he really had a bit of resentment for his father kind of pushing him into a specific, into hunting or whatnot. And he embraced it after, but I think that there's a certain amount of anger with that. I think there's a certain amount of anger with he really didn't, he didn't ask for a lot of things in the sense of the stuff that happened with Yellow Eyes and him as a baby and all of this stuff and Lucifer and he's angry, and then he's angry at Lilith for what happened to Dean, or skipping a little bit, but you know what I mean. And that anger fueled him. That anger, really kind of got him to a point where also manipulation, it was a big part of that, but, got him to the point where he did actually, not really think straight. And again, I'm not saying anything of who really, they've said it various times in the show, who really could have guessed that killing Lilith was a bad thing, but you know what I mean? I kind of like that the show is really, really good at showing, particularly with these two brothers, that they have these emotions or qualities or whatever you want to call it, that they're not all pretty wrapped up in a bow. I don't know how else to put it. We all feel things a lot of the time. We all want to believe that we always react in the rational, fair ways or whatever. When you are so overcome with anger or whatever it is, any sort of negative emotion, and that fuels you so much that you end up kind of being scared of yourself. We go back to kind of the beginning of this season where Sam actually admits that he's like, I don't even know if I trust myself. Like, I have this, clearly this deep anger inside of me that, in some ways you could honestly possibly say that it could technically be used if he ever openly talked about it with somebody like a therapist or something like that. Because I think that something that's a weird, oh God, I'm going on a tangent here, but like a lot of times when we have like negative emotions like anger or sadness or jealousy or whatever it is, our brains and our rationale a lot of the time tell us that like that's bad and you're a bad person if you feel those things, or not necessarily that, but when you're really, really angry, but sometimes you also can't help how you feel, how you react to things. And one of the things that's actually really important sometimes is to recognize when you are feeling those things and to be able to channel it in a good way. In a perfect world, none of us would feel any of those things. In a perfect world, and I say perfect because of the phrasing and not really because I believe that that's what would make a perfect world, because I don't know, humans are flawed and people need to start like actually realizing that. But in a perfect world, we would never make mistakes. We would never do things that we regret. We would never, whatever. I'm really going on a tangent here. But my point is that I think it is kind of important to I think it's a significant thing for Sam to actually recognize, like, oh, no, I'm actually really angry. Okay, so why? Let's go deeper into that. I mean, that's not what the show said. That's what I'm saying. Dean said, you better bury that shit deep down. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. But for me, I think that's good. Recognize this emotion, this thing that you're feeling and have been feeling for a very, very long time. And given Sam and how he's kind of always been, he probably doesn't want to acknowledge that he has this anger and rage. He typically would like to, I think, see himself as somebody who actually has his shit together. He gets so triggered by the fact of somebody calling him a monster, and the fact that he has this destiny that's basically just saying, like, you're gonna be Lucifer's vessel. That's not a good look. That's not a good look, And I love the fact that we are actually dealing with him recognizing that, yes, I do have this anger. I have this maybe hatred, maybe, resentment, whatever it is, because the problem is if you just deny that it's not there, that's not really going to help anybody, particularly you. So I actually really love the fact that he recognized it in this episode, and maybe we can have some forward progress. I mean, I don't know, it got shut down like pretty quick after that, so maybe not. But anyway, that was a ramble, and I'm pretty sure it didn't make sense. But I feel very strongly about certain things like this. Like, you feel what you feel. And as somebody who is a bit of a perfectionist, even in emotional stuff, I struggle with that a lot. And I actually had to come a long way with, like, recognizing when I was feeling either sad or mad or whatever. Because I would tell myself, like, no, you're not allowed to feel that. Like, calm down. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, literally, that's, like, my internal monologue. And eventually I had to kind of convince myself, like, it's okay, you can feel that, but you have to recognize why you're feeling it and channel it in the right way. And I feel like Sam not recognizing it for so long and not really being honest with himself about things like that probably made things a lot worse. That was the point of what I was trying to say. I took such a long time, and I'm pretty sure I didn't make sense. So sorry about that. Now I want to talk about Dean, because there's a lot going on with Dean, and there was oh my god, my heart's breaking for him too. Both of them. Just the thing about this episode was we really it was funny because we really didn't hash it out too much, but there were points being made. And one was this kind of like hero complex, and something that really stuck with me. Now, of course, we have a lot of trauma that Dean is dealing with or trying to avoid dealing with. And listen, I do understand in some regards the fact that, like, I'm sorry, it's the end of the world, it's the apocalypse, we do not have time. We do not have time to have, sit around a campfire and talk about our feelings. Like, I totally get that. I'm not, but, okay. He suffered a tremendous amount of trauma, obviously, and hell, obviously. He's dealing with a lot of guilt from that. I think something, in my opinion, I'll say that because I don't really want to speak for the writers and what they're trying to say, but just from what I can see with my perspective with Dean. Obviously he's always going to have this sort of, like, he wants to make up for what he did in hell, and he's got a lot of guilt with that. He's also got trauma that's just trauma from that, right? But we're talking, what was touched on in this episode was kind of a hero complex and a savior complex, and stuff like that. And why does it have to be you? And I think he does feel a tremendous amount of guilt, and he wants to help people. And I don't even think that he even thinks that there's like a finish line. The doctor asked him, what, how many people, when are you redeemed? She didn't say redeemed, but you know what I mean. When is it enough, right? And he's like, it's never. I don't think he's ever going to really get completely past or forgive himself for that stuff. But the fact that he just needs to do more. He's a protector at his core. That's just who he is, right? And it just gets amplified by the fact that he's kind of driven by this awful thing that's happened to him, his time in hell. But something that I think needs to be also kind of, brought up or whatever is the fact that when she said, why does it have to be you? And I think in his mind, he's like, who else is going to do it? And I'm not saying that he doesn't trust some of the other hunters or Bobby or, obviously. And he just, listen, as much as he may not want to sit around and talk about his feelings, he just lost two very significant people to him that were, let's be real, on his team, but just also emotional support as well. But you can act like it didn't, well, he's not acting like it didn't affect him. I don't want to say that, but that's a significant blow of you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. But the main point that I'm trying to make here is that he still has issues with completely trusting Sam, in my opinion. I have to say, because I don't really know exactly where the writers are going. And I do want to say this, guys, just really quick interjection. Be mindful of the fact that I do not have as much context with these characters that you do. Sometimes people send me very heated messages when they think I misinterpret something about their favorite character. And I don't know that I do. I don't necessarily agree with the very passionate anger towards me or whatever because of that. I just want to say, keep that in mind sometimes. That, obviously you know a lot more, or you might, maybe. Anyway, but I personally think that that's kind of really for a good long time, and we saw this growth of Sam and Dean's relationship, and he felt like he had a partner, a brother, a person. He's always had a brother, but you get what I'm saying. A person to kind of share the burden with a little bit. And I don't think that Dean is as upset that Sam started the apocalypse, as he is that he felt betrayed, and he feels like he can't entirely trust him to be in his corner. And I think a lot of that is also where that emotion came from at the end of the episode. Maybe. I get his point of what he was saying, but I do think that there was maybe a little bit more to that of just I think he's worried, when Sam comes up to him and says certain things of I feel angry. He doesn't, it's possible that he doesn't, this is a speculation and not really me saying it as fact, but it's possible he doesn't want Sam to tap into that anger because it really hasn't gone well in the past. No, we're not going to talk about your anger. Let's not get into that. Because I don't know if you know this, but Ellen and Joe just died, and we have a fucking fight in front of us, and we get, you know, that wasn't words, but I feel like there is a bit of him kind of dealing with the fact that he does feel like there's kind of a weight of the world on his shoulders. In building trust back up, it's been something that they've slowly been doing. I'm not saying that they haven't made any progress or anything like that, because they have, and everything like that, and you know, but I did also want to mention, like, I get why Dean is feeling that way. Not just because it is in his nature, because I mean, let's be real, Sam just needs to be in danger for like 2 seconds, and Dean just like, it's not even a choice. You know what I mean? He just switches modes. He's like, oh, you're gonna, I mean, he busted in there when she was about to like suck Sam's brain. I don't really know if that's the right, poke Sam's brain and drink it. I don't know the logistics, but you know, he came in there like, no ma'am, not today. Oh my God. I mean, what absolute craziness. But I loved, we didn't really dive in to the heart of the issues with these brothers. But they at least showed a little bit of a spotlight on that, and that I actually really liked. And I hope that both of them can kind of figure out healthier ways to deal with their issues. I mean, just think about being a hunter in general. And I'll end the thoughts with this, because I've been talking for too long. But, you know, just being a hunter in general is not, it's very often, not always, but thankless. You're gonna, you know, lose people. You're gonna sacrifice a lot of parts of your life. You're also gonna sacrifice parts of your emotional state, as we can see by everything that Sam and Dean are going through mentally. You're gonna go through it. And you're very well likely not gonna wind up, you know, the person that you once were. It's not, you know, Dean can't ever really go back to before he got literally dragged to hell. He can't really, you know what I mean? Stuff happens and it affects him, and he went through it. I don't know, and there's, you know, and that happens in life to people, of course. Sometimes you can't go back to who you were, and you have to sort of figure out how to move forward with what's happened to you and who you are now and what you're going through. You know, Dean might have some emotions of being kind of scared that Sam will go through a dark path, say yes to Lucifer, you know, and he doesn't want to feel that way, I don't think. But I bet it comes up, much like Sam's anger comes up. And having healthy outlets for those things is key to not, you know. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to bury it deep down inside and pretend like it doesn't exist until it just completely blows up in our faces. Who's excited for the rest of this season? It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I want to book them therapy like so bad. So bad. Anyway. All right. That's about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you are here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.